Then you have, whale sperm.
Okay,
occasionally
hold
hiding in
back
there.
up.
And that's,
Okay,
sometimes that gets a little weird.
Is that an exaggeration, or did you actually get served whale sperm?
I legitimately ate whale sperm. Hi, guys.
Hey, how you doing, bud?
Oh, my goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Gels' hair keeps getting nicer, and Dakota's beard keeps getting bigger. I haven't seen you guys in a while.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. A lot of stuff has changed, but I'm happy to be here.
When I look back and I think to myself, would I ever see Dakota sitting in my bedroom?
What? Okay, now
with
don't.
a
That's not.
microphone in front of his mouth
People need more
with
context.
headphones on. Like, would I have ever thought that would happen? The answer is no. I would have never estimated that. Just so everybody is aware, we are in a spare bedroom. And welcome to the first Martini Works podcast.
We're here. And we're live, baby.
Just for the sole record and timekeeper elements of the 12 people that could be watching this for ulterior motives, these two individuals are not employed by me or work for me in any way, shape, or form. They have come here on their own free, unemployed will to talk about cars for the entire day.
Yeah, fun fact, Alex doesn't always need to just pay us to hang out. Sometimes you hang out with Alex. You made it sound kind of depressing.
Well,
but, we are friends with Alex. I know. Before any of this, we go way back.
Way back.
Before anything. We were doing stuff. So I don't know if people realize that, but
Dakota, how long has it been since the Dakota Stone photography days?
I started that in 2012, I want to say. It was like the year I graduated high school, and that's 10 years, over 10 years ago.
I think I had my driver's license by then.
Oh my God, yeah.
Gels is the
Did
baby.
you?
I am the 2012, so I would have been
Because that's when I graduated, so that was you're 2 years
I would have
behind that. Just gotten it
probably just gotten. I would have been probably like a sophomore in high school. Yeah.
And then, Gels, when did you get into the car scene with WCC and stuff in Wisconsin?
It was probably right around, it had to been like late 2013 into 2014, probably.
Oh my God, so 9 years.
Yeah.
So we've known each other for literally almost a decade.
Yeah, it's
through
been a hot minute.
through the community.
I didn't
of
buy an
Wisconsin.
anniversary gift. Did you buy an anniversary?
Oh, I bought an anniversary gift.
You're drinking the anniversary gift I'm giving you. That was in the basement.
Well, you told me to go get it, and I gave it. So that was my gift, actually.
That's fair. That's fair.
Is this last year's?
I saw it, and I was like, damn, that's the cool can. I want to drink out of that one. And then when I cracked it, I was like, that's probably from like a year ago.
Well, hey. Do you taste the difference?
No.
Exactly.
With Busch Light, it's pretty light taste of beer. It's even if it's skunked, you're
okay.
You're pretty good.
So, Gels, what have you been up to?
Oh God.
Yeah, what are you doing nowadays?
Yeah, what
Like I don't see you every single day of my life. What have you been up to?
Like I don't follow every single thing you ever post.
Yeah, right. Make a lot of videos, trying to keep two just atrociously unreliable vehicles running and in one piece.
You always have had an odd taste in what cars you
Yeah,
purchase.
I would like to state that I think Gels does come after me as a strong second for the most unreliable group of vehicles you could own.
Group of vehicles, yeah.
Because you have the 240, and then you still have the
RX-8.
The rotary powered RX-8.
Yes, the rotary powered RX-8, as it will always be.
It doesn't need to be.
What?
You can change that.
No, you keep a rotary in that.
No, you
don't
case
let
swap.
No. Case swap, some things is great. I love it.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
exciting.
Oh, absolutely.
That's not one of those
I'll
things.
case swap the 240.
Yeah, there we go. That makes sense.
Oh.
Case swap your Beamer, your daily, the BMW. Was
No, that is the one.
328? What is it?
328. Come on.
What's even the difference between 318 and 328? They're both NA.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple things. You don't brag about their owning a 318.
Do you brag about 328?
A little bit.
No. What? No.
A little bit.
No.
Yeah. If you're in high school and you have a BMW
That's fair,
328, that's a big deal.
If you have like an E36, you brag about a 328.
Correct.
Because the 325 was like, and the 318.
Dog water.
I like to be a self-proclaimed car enthusiast, but when you start talking about BMWs or Porsches and all their stupid fucking numbers and letters, I get so lost because I am convinced that they maybe at one point meant something, but they literally mean nothing now.
I mean,
The greatest thing about that is Mercedes-Benz did that with their AMG, right?
Yeah, it's all this Euro shit.
E55 AMG, right?
Yeah.
What would you assume the liter engine size is?
5.5.
5.5, right?
Yeah.
Wrong. It's a 5.4 liter supercharged V8.
E54 just don't roll off the tongue the same, or what?
They just didn't want that one.
That shit drives me insane.
E63, you want to take a guess?
6.2 liter.
Oh, you nailed it.
Oh,
you son of a-
okay. You just got to subtract one. You just got to throw a period in there at some point. Just subtract one.
And then
But
for
that's
s-
off.
dumb. I hate that shit.
Yeah, then BMW decided to put the M in front of everything, and now
Now it's all
nothing.
fucked.
Anyways, before we so rudely interrupted, you have 2 cars.
Yeah,
They're both
so,
naturally.
Yeah, so working on those, doing a lot of videos, playing a lot of COD.
Big COD guy.
Yeah, and just hanging out at home with my dog,
Hell yeah.
What's your dog's name?
Millie.
There you go, fans.
Millie's a psycho.
Now you know
Millie is a
Joe's
psychopath.
dog's name.
She doesn't have any limitations on anything, including the water that she drinks. So it's like I hear the slopping of the water, and I know I have to go physically stop her. She'll just drink until she throws up. So it's like a good way to get out of like my desk at home to like
Is to
go
stop your
track down the
dog from
dog to
throwing
drop her
up?
from drinking.
Okay,
enough
so
water.
it sounds like you're having a good time. Alex,
Oh, it's
what
great.
have you been up to, man? You've been up to a lot. You're nonstop. I'm
Yeah.
convinced you're a robot.
No.
Convince me you're not a robot.
Content's been huge. You know,
Yeah.
just got back from Japan with
I
the
am
Torque
so
Motorsport
That
guys.
was dope.
Jealous
Really exciting.
of that trip.
Learned a lot about the Japanese car culture. Some of like the stuff that I would argue a lot of people assume here are like true, you
Oh.
know, that aren't
Oh.
at all in any
Was
way,
there
shape, or
anything
form.
that surprised you about the Japanese car culture?
So I think the biggest difference between what I noticed in the Japanese car culture versus the American car culture is the Japanese car culture truly is like very authentic and true to themselves.
Yep.
Like they really are in it only for them. So their conceptions around like YouTubers or photographers and things like that, like that's very new to them. So having a YouTuber walking around Daikoku to like normal people was really wild and crazy. Whereas here in America, if you go to a car show or if you go to like a drift event, there's 9 million people with cameras and trying to do vlogs and things like that. So it was just different. You got to see people enjoy cars for what seemed like they were legitimately enjoying the car versus I think in America, people spend more time hoping that their car brings, an audience or brings attention that they're looking for. Not that that's a bad thing, but there was a lot less of it over there. Like all the Formula Drift race car drivers outside of like 2 or 3, they had like 40 followers on Instagram and they were just there having a good time
It's like,
drifting.
we're
and
here to drive.
yeah, like Cusco Racing. I met the kid that's 13 years old. He's drifting an 850 horsepower Yaris, and he's got like 3,500 followers. And he shares the Instagram account with somebody else.
Which cat is this? to drink my
That
water.
looks like Macchiato.
Macchiato.
Yeah, we got.
There's 2 of them there like twins.
Yeah, don't look. Hey, inappropriate. Absolutely.
All right, so if you're listening and you don't have the video, there's a cat butthole on camera right now.
And when we came back, we dropped the new. I have to plug the bag.
Is
I
that
do
from
really like
Japan?
that
It's-
bag.
yeah. Well, no, it's not from
You
Japan.
found it in Japan?
Well, we collabed with
Took it?
Obsess Worldwide. It's handmade. There's only 10 of them, and
It's sick.
it
That's
is
my
sick.
favorite.
It's like that
backpack.
HKS
Well,
pattern.
My favorite product that you've released is that.
Thank you.
It turned out really good.
It did turn out really good.
Yeah. So besides that, that's all I've been up to. Content, cars, trying to start up some new exciting things.
Content, cars, cats.
Content, cars, and cats, baby.
Oh yeah.
What about you,
Me?
big champ over there?
I don't know. I've been
Yeah.
live streaming a lot.
Yeah.
Figuring my life out.
God, your live streams are hilarious.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I have some fun with it. If you guys didn't know, like super into cars, obviously, but I've always been big into gaming and things like that as well. So I was like, why won't I start live streaming too? Like I'm playing video games, why not like hang out with people while I do it? So started doing that.
And you're playing the best.
Yeah, I never
racing game
played
ever.
First time.
Need for Speed Most Wanted. I've never
can't-
played it before, so I'm playing it for the first time. I know. I say I
Like,
like gaming.
how did you become a car enthusiast if you didn't play Most Wanted?
Because I played on Underground. And
So
that's what-
Underground is what got you into
Yes.
the car scene. So
Yeah.
I loved Underground. I think Underground 2 was really where I
Yep.
got
Yeah, same.
the love.
I played both, but yeah, Underground 2 I spent a lot of time
I
on.
think it was the open world. Like it.
Yeah.
Just, it opened up a new world. Like it was just like
Wow.
yeah,
Literally?
deep, right? That's
Dude, the
crazy.
2005 Most Wanted, that taught me about the BMW M3.
Yeah.
Like
See?
that was the car.
Now we've come full circle. That's why I don't understand BMWs. Because
You never played the damn game.
I got the M3. I see it's called GTR. I'm like, that's not a Nissan. I get all confused. And that's what happened. No, but I've been trying to make a bunch of content as well. I mean, that's kind of what we do. When I say figure out my life, I'm literally trying to figure out my life and the changes that have happened. So working through that kind of stuff. And then, I don't know, doing stuff like this. This is fun. This is cool. And then hopefully here, starting out, having the Supra to rip in the winter, because it's either I drive it or I sell it.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
Life changed.
Real quick.
Yeah.
180
Yeah.
SX.
That's my car.
That's the Japan version.
Well, sort of. Yeah. Well,
yours is 240.
it has 180 SX.
Yeah, it says 180 on it.
It's pretty cool.
But was it actually?
No, it's a 240.
All right, get that shit out of here.
Glad we
taillights
cleared that
are
up. But man,
cool.
I've always wanted to go to Japan. I think that is the coolest thing in the world. I'm actually a little bit upset because I feel like Alex doesn't, he's not even into Japan that much. I want to be in Japan. That's all I've ever wanted to do. And I see this motherfucker taking the Delta One apartment suite.
Well, that was a surprise. That was because I had a whole bunch of points left over, and I wanted to surprise Mario to do the Delta One suites there. At the end of the day, I mean, it was really fun, but on the flight back, we didn't do it. We just did like a normal seat, and we still got drunk on the Delta, Sky Lounge, and then just walked onto the plane and fell asleep for 11 hours.
That's so sick. But like,
it doesn't matter.
See, the thing is, like, I don't know if people realize, I'm a big nerd. Like, I go home and I play Pokemon a ton, and I watch all these Japan vlogs, and I've done this shit for like years. And then it's like, all of a sudden, this has been like the year of automotive enthusiasts going to Japan. So Dustin Williams, Eliminate, Alex. I'm like, motherfucker, when's my turn? What do I got to do?
Yeah, I think it finally opened back up. Everyone's been waiting.
Right. Yeah, you're right. COVID really, but it's like nobody in the automotive was really going before that.
That's true.
I think it's a little bit of like people. I think a lot of the OG automotive influencers loved going over there because they got to pioneer that like content. Dustin and TJ and those guys.
Yeah.
And it is a whole new world. I think that if you're an automotive influencer, and you're genuinely in it just because like you like content, you like cars, you like doing stuff with cars, Japan's a great place to go because it has so much heritage in motorsport, and it's really accessible. And it's cheap, like the SR20 Nissans and stuff like that, and the turbo JZX90s and all that stuff is much lower cost over there because that's just the cars that were there.
That's
so
what was there. It's
you
not
get to
special.
experience that at such a I think at a lower barrier versus over here you have to spend a good chunk of change to get the same power because you have a 240 or 180, but it's
the KA.
It's the KA, right?
Yeah,
but
and that's how they came over here.
Yeah, so it's the non-turbo. Yep. So it's like if you wanted to go throw more power at it, like the number one option is to do what?
Usually SR.
Yeah, you SR swap it, and you have a turbo 4-cylinder. Well,
because they get everything cool overseas.
That costs more money. You could just have it stock from the factory in Japan, which is awesome.
It's weird to think about. But yeah, I've noticed that how different the car culture is over there, and it's so interesting to me. I mean, not only the car culture, the culture in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to experience that. Like the car scene is so different. How they modify. I've noticed that too. Like I think it was a Mighty Car Mods episode that I watched when they did a series over there in Japan, and it was like. I specifically remember this one scene where they were asking one of the drivers there why their exhaust was like Minnie Mouse or was like in the shape of hearts. They're like, why would you do that? And he's like, because I like it. Like, why are you asking?
Yeah,
he's just because I like it. That's why I did it.
There's a total different energy around the uniqueness of cars in Japan. And I'm still very fresh, in terms of having having the language barrier and things like that. But Masa was there to help me like talk with some of the locals and some of the car enthusiasts. But people here in the United States, right, they build a car, they modify it, they do it in their version of what they think looks the best. But if it's eccentric or if it's too far out there, it usually gets shit on. Right? Because it doesn't like meet the mold. In Japan, there really is not that much of a platform for anybody to shit on anybody because the social sphere in terms of influencers and promoting oneself in Japan isn't as large as it is here in the States. So when you think about posting something out there online to show off your car, here in the United States, it's so normal. It's everywhere. Social media is so integrated in everything that we do. Over there, it's not as much. So you don't really get that feeling of people telling you what you should or shouldn't like. People just modify the crap out of it. And some of it is really not the best to look at, but you don't see people going out of their way to like try to tell people that because the culture isn't built for that. People don't tell other people what to do.
Yeah.
Kind of like the government tells people what you can and can't do, but people don't tell other people.
Right. There's a different level of respect, and they're very conservative over there, and they don't like confrontation and things like that. It's just, again, bring it back, a different culture overall. And I've always found that so fascinating. I'd love to experience that one day. But that's really cool that you got to experience that and see that. And like, you even got to go to like some tracks out there and
Yeah, we
stuff
went
too.
to Fuji Speedway, we went to
So
Ibisu.
crazy.
We got to see Minami, which was all tore up, which was really exciting. Got to run into Andy Gray, talk to Colette Davis. She has her new JZX that was out there, which was wild. Ran into Samet, a couple other really awesome people. So it was overall fantastic trip. And I would say 100% worth it to go and experience it. But you could go without a camera and just go
Yeah.
for 2 weeks and
Just enjoy it,
you'd love it. I
Yeah.
mean, if you love nature, if you love traveling, if you love different cultures, if you're comfortable being uncomfortable, you'll love it.
Define comfortable being uncomfortable more. Lean
I
into
want you to imagine that you're at a dinner with people of high managerial status in Formula Drift,
it. I'm already uncomfortable.
and we're eating fish, right?
Okay.
Great, not a problem.
Like
It's
a,
all
like a
raw.
fish fry? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Opposite of fish fry.
Yep, complete opposite.
Right. Unfried fish.
No
Yeah.
old fashioned.
Unfried fish Friday.
And they're handing out all sorts of different delicacies, different, nice raw fish. And then
Really
they're doing
leaning
these
into the
these.
fish.
I don't even remember. Was it sashimi, Mario? Was it?
Sashimi's raw fish.
Yeah, that's just the
But
fish.
that's
See,
just
this
the
is-
fish
this
with
is
the
what I'm
rice,
talking
right?
about.
No rice.
He doesn't even fucking know, dude.
No,
Doesn't
but
even
no,
fucking know.
because they call it all sorts of different things. And they have, a sardine roll, and then they have, these different types of fish that still have the skin on it that you're not
Yeah.
used to. And then you
Yeah,
have,
yeah.
Whale sperm.
Okay,
occasionally
hold
hiding in
back
there.
up.
And that's,
Okay.
sometimes
no,
that gets a little
is
weird.
Is that an exaggeration, or did you actually get served whale sperm?
I legitimately ate
you-
whale sperm. So imagine you have chopsticks that you're still learning how to get good with, trying to when you grab something and you really don't, you want to be polite, but you don't want to eat all of it because it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfy, okay? It looks like chicken Alfredo
It's also
without the chicken.
disrespectful
and
to
cold.
not
All right.
finish your meal in Japan.
Well, hang on there, Chief.
Okay.
All right,
Hey,
so
sperm
I'm
man.
using the chopsticks and I'm trying to clasp the noodle hard enough to clench it, to break it, to try and get it into two different pieces, right? Because when it's served in this bowl,
Okay.
and it's chunky. It literally looks
The sperm or the noodles?
the sperm. It
Oh my
looks
God.
like a chicken Alfredo without the chicken, that white Alfredo sauce, except it's served cold.
Oh,
So then I went to grab it, trying to break it in half, but because my chopstick skills are inadequate, they're free to play skill, I couldn't do it. So I just ended up lifting up all of it, which was like this much. Mario's a picture. And I just, went in and I ate the whole thing. And I was so close to not being able to breathe for at least a little bit because there were so many different flavors in my mouth.
bro, you took a whale load?
It was
You took a whole whale load?
it was not
I'm gonna
as
tell you what. Those guys there played a prank on you or something. Like, they didn't
I-
like that.
I want
think
you-
they were like, dude, we got the fucking Alex guy to eat sperm at dinner.
I was able to. So this is the greatest part, is that I thought it was that, right? I was like, oh, they're just play.
Oh,
But Mr. Iwata, which was the Formula Drift Japan president, loves it. So he got a bowl just for himself. We split a bowl. He ate the whole bowl while I was trying to have one. He was
Okay.
just going at it the whole time.
Okay,
Then
what
a
it tastes
day-
like?
But was it good?
Yeah, it was a good.
I want you to
Cut to the chase
imagine.
here.
Okay.
I want you to imagine,
Imagine.
that
I
if
don't really
somebody
wanna
takes
imagine
chicken Alfredo, takes the chicken out,
Yeah.
it's served cold in a bowl that's cold.
I mean, I like
Then
Alfredo.
grab some salt
Okay.
and really get it in there. Like, really navigate the holes, the crevices.
You're describing parts that don't need to be
And
described.
then I want you to put it in your mouth
So, salty Alfredo.
Very salty Alfredo.
with chunks that sometimes make you wonder why it was chunky.
Because, like,
I don't know why it was chunky.
I don't either. I didn't ask the
that's
question.
the pulp.
That's probably a smart move.
That's the pulp.
Why do you have to explain it like that?
Pulp? All right.
Needless to say, it was a great trip. Had a blast. My
took a
boundaries
whale load.
were expanded,
Yeah, it sounds like it.
and
You might be pregnant.
I've checked
Okay. All right.
because I was a little nervous about that. But no, it was totally good, man. When I say, like, you really have to be open to
Yeah, I
the
didn't.
different lifestyles and culture, it's all of it. Like food, how people travel, how people talk,
Yeah.
learning. Doing your best to, like. I do try to say it. If you're comfortable being uncomfortable, you'd love Japan because it is so different than America. Not just in the car sense. Like, car stuff's cool. Don't get me wrong, but
Right.
like, you go to Shinjuku Station and you realize like how small of a human being you are in this grand world, because that station is freaking massive and everyone's moving so fast, but nobody's mean, nobody's rude, nobody's trying to like shove you. You go to like Chicago, and I feel like I'm gonna get fucking stabbed in the hip if I'm accidentally standing somewhere.
Oh, you will. Yeah, that's exactly how that works, actually. But awesome. That sounds like a wild trip. I need to process it. I say we take a little bit of a break here and come back.
You want me to get you some chicken Alfredo?
We minimize on
cold?
the come for comeback.
Why'd you have to say that?
I said we were going to come back, but I didn't want to confuse the audience.
Is it a
No whales, nothing. All right, break time.
The aftermarket industry right now sucks.
Why?
Everything's getting impossible to buy. Everything's too expensive, right? Then everything was and then everything wasn't expensive. Then everything got hit with 9 million deals with Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Now you have all these vendors trying to give shit away all the time.
Yeah.
But people aren't spending money on cars. Like, it's almost an objective fact that the market is getting real big poopy for a lot of people. Like, if you bought a car this year and you overpaid for it, I feel really bad for you.
Oh my God,
next
dude.
year.
When the cars, dude, I seen Supras going for $70,000 and they had like 20,000 miles on them. I was like, I made it. I'm rich.
Yeah.
But then it came back to earth real quick.
Like, do I
and
sell it?
yeah, I would, dude. Like, I didn't want to sell the car at all, but it was like, I could profit a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I bought it before the bubble.
Yeah. You bought it like the perfect
I did.
time.
I honestly did. I really lucked out with that shit. And yeah, I feel so bad for anyone that bought a car. They're
That's
going
what
to
I'm
be
saying.
in debt. Like, they're fucked.
Yeah.
They're going to learn the first, like, the economic bubble, like, thing they're going to learn next year, because it's going to be terrible.
Yeah, when they go to get rid of that car,
It's going to,
They're screwed.
it's going to be like when you bought a Kia. In normal environment, everybody's going to experience the Kia effect, where you buy a Kia, then a year and a half later, you're negative equity, and then you roll over debt for 10 years.
I did that with a Subaru once.
Yeah. So, but even with that, you know, car peeps be car peeps. They're still going to modify their shit.
Oh, absolutely. They're gonna find a way to some way or another. Yeah.
Does that mean like Plasti Dip's coming back, or like
Yes.
Gels, what do you think what do you think are the trends for the next 12 months, knowing that people are going to probably be a little bit sort of kind of really poor?
I think a lot of people are going to go back to like the old days of like buying parts off each other. They're not going to buy new stuff. They're going to go buy used stuff. They're going to go find the cool wheels that are, 30 years old that they're going to have to refurbish. They're going to get down and dirty and start, maybe even fabricating stuff for themselves and like figuring it out. And like I said, really relying on like the amount of parts that are out in the world already versus coming brand new from a supplier or manufacturer or something like that. But I also think that people are going to probably, and from what I've seen, even just in this group of people,
What do you say?
go out and start, go out and actually just start enjoying the car.
Yeah.
And like actually doing car things with the car.
It's like the YouTube effect.
Right.
Where it's like people want to create content, so what do? They build. They try to build. But you never see them. You're absolutely right. Like,
Yeah. So it's like, I know for me, it's like, even though the FRS was very practical and like functional and stuff like that, the reason I wanted to buy the 240 is because like I want to go swing that thing around a track. I wanted to do that for a long time, and I want to go actually use the car. And I absolutely love doing that. And I think we're going to start to see people kind of expand into that. They're like, I'm paying this much money for this car for it to sit in the garage 90% of the time, to go to the 2 shows that I go to every year, or, drive it every now and then. They're like, no, I'm paying a lot of money for that. I want to get my money's worth out of it. I'm going to go drive it.
Now, I have something on that. Because
Yeah.
I've thought about this a lot, actually. And it's funny you bring it up, because I've thought about it, and I'm trying to figure it out. Is it a sign of people being, not being able to buy as much stuff that they want to go use their cars?
Sure.
I think that can help with that. But is it also just getting older? Because like I know,
100%.
I know the exact switch where I went from like I'm stancy pants and I want to fucking nope, that's a wrong term I should use. Stancy pants used to be able to say for a stance person. Now it's a blue RX-8 on the internet. So sorry, I was a stance guy, and I love slammed cars.
Yeah.
And I found myself slowly creeping away from it. And the moment I realized the light switch was the one day, all of a sudden, I don't know how it happened. I was like, damn. Tires are kind of cool. Like, I like tires. I want to get some. Like,
that's what I'm saying, man.
These grip. Like,
Yeah.
oh, and these are meant for the. Oh my God. Like, I start getting into the technology, and I'm like, wait a minute. oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm fucking old.
Yeah. I
think
And like,
dude,
there's a progression. There's a step progression to everyone in modifying cars. And I you can almost pinpoint it and you can see
100%.
exactly how someone's going to travel through their car enthusiast lifestyle.
100% agree with you. And I think that's where I'm at. I think that's where you're at. I think that's what you're going through.
Yeah.
And you're 100% right. But I think I'll clarify my original statement is like, I think that people are still going to stance the hell out of their cars, but you're going to see them, like I said, focus more on the actual experience of it. They're going to go to more shows. Yeah. They're going to go drive the car. They're going to go on cruises. They're going to, instead of focusing on like, oh, well, I got to change up the entire look of the car for the next show.
Yeah.
I got to tear it down, rebuild it, new body kit, new
Using
wrap.
what you got.
Like they're just going to focus, instead of spending all that money on the car itself, like go spend money on doing things with it.
I would say that was like my favorite thing about having like different cars to try and do different things with.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I was doing an S2000 series, the K24 swap that we have. And like the videos didn't do inherently that great, but I didn't really care because it was so much fun to get that car at Wisconsin International Raceway and run that thing down the track as many times as I possibly could, as often as I possibly could, even though it looks kind of like the bottom side of like a middle school desk. Like it's not a pretty car to look look at, And if you can go out on Road America or if you can go to Blackhawk and things like that with your car like a Supra, you get to experience what all that R&D into that car actually was meant to do, and it's intoxicating. Like that's where I'll die on the hill of saying, if you want to have really expensive wheels, that's totally cool. If you want to brag about the expensive wheels that you have, you also must have expensive tires. You have to have good tires, because if you're rocking $3,000 wheels on $60 Chinese tires and you brag about it, I think that you're so out of pocket in terms of what you should be doing as a car enthusiast, which is enjoying the car that you're building, that they're just like two different people. You have to go through the transition period to like enjoy your car.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. And let it be known, like I still love slam cars. Like my Supra still is currently like an inch off the ground. Like I love that shit. I think it looks so damn good. And I think there'll always be a little bit of me that just really loves that. Right. And I'll probably still slam cars. Like I would totally get another like Mark IV, like a Harlequin and bag it or something. Like I'd be all about that. But it's just, I find myself getting more and more interested in tracking and, maybe what if I just lifted it up just like an inch, just so I could go and really beat the piss out of this thing and stuff like that. And there's this progression. I've watched it happen to multiple people where you start off in like the realm where you know nothing and you do whatever mod you can just because you want your car to be slightly different. Mm-hmm. You're into cars and you have no money. So it's like LED strips, change out the shift knob, maybe put speakers in, whatever is like under $200 that you can do.
The amp and then the two 10-inch kickers in the back.
And then if you go this route, there's probably a couple different routes. Some people always hate stance and they will always hate it. That's fine. But I see a lot of it go this way. Then you start getting into stance because you can lower your car and get wheels, which is like
the show scene, at least.
Yeah. I'd say more car show scene, car meets,
right?
Which also looks really. It looks really good. It's easier to get into. It's a huge community that you can make a lot of friends in.
Yep.
Like I would argue the stance scene still is. Like I agree with you. Stance scene is awesome in the right spaces, and it has an awesome community of people. Mostly everybody in the show scene, if you actually know them in person, they're all homies. They're all great people.
There's a few dickheads, but
in everything,
in every single thing in the world, there's a few dickheads. But and that's where I think a lot of it gets a bad rep. But and then once they're out of that show scene, well, and then I think they take it to like higher end show scene where maybe it's that like line of functional like you're getting the good wheels and good tires. Like you start getting to that high caliber.
Yeah, like all the parts are like specifically picked. Like everything matches everything. It's
but
not just...
then I think it goes to just fucking enjoying the car and using the car.
I think there's like a decision that has to be made though. I don't think there's an actual. I don't think you gradually jump to that next step until either somebody or yourself convinces you to go to that first HPD, that first training day, that first autocross thing, that first drag strip where somebody's like, hey, they're doing a test and tune for $30.
Yeah.
And you're like, why would I run my car down the track? So you bring your car, not planning to drag race it because it's a bunch of old people and loud cars and that's not your thing.
Yeah.
But then you pay the $30, you run it one time and you realize this is kind of fun to do. I kind of want to do this more. I think that you have to surround yourself with like not just the people that you're really comfortable with in the car scene, but a few people that do it better than you or are more invested in it than you are, so that you can find those little opportunities to try different things.
Absolutely. Whether you're going and watching them or hanging out with them and hearing them talk about it, or, and it doesn't even need to be as something as like going to the drag strip and drag racing your car to get into that function. It could be as much as like all of a sudden that one day you find that curvy road and you're ripping on it, listening to music, and you're like, damn, like, oh, I was kind of rubbing there. Like if I just lift it so I can like really rip on it. I think that just gradually happens. And I thought for sure it would never happen to me. I thought I'd be like stance cars till I die. I was so into it, but I find myself just slowly creeping out of it.
And Gels, you literally are like you have the vehicle variety of that exact statement. You have the RX,
literally, yeah,
which is
you do. Holy
show,
shit,
which is the show car,
yeah,
right?
That is the show car. It's on air. It's on the big wide 3-piece wheels. Got the wide body kit. That is the show car.
And then you have the
I have
240,
the 240,
which I bring to the track and exclusively,
which
meant for the track.
Which is funny enough is my lowest car by far. That thing is absolutely dumped.
It is.
That is ridiculously low.
And then you have the Supra,
Yeah,
and the Volkswagen. We don't talk about dailies, right? So is the Supra going to be like what trends and or are you going to be experimenting with the Supra more in driving?
That's a good one. So I think I'm not going with any trends, and I think I'm going to go off the beaten path because I literally have to. So I've talked about this in an earlier video, so sorry if I repeat myself a little bit, but just to give context is I either need to sell the Supra because it's a very expensive car and I don't have the funds, or I start just enjoying it, because otherwise typically like where it was last year was sitting in my garage with a battery meter on it because I wasn't going to get fucking salt on it. And right now it should be doing that, but I'm going to just drive it. And to do that right now, like literally to move it, I need to raise it. I have winter tires that are going on it.
We have Continentals, right?
Yeah, some Continental Viking Contact 7s. And then I have some Extreme Contact Sport 02s that I'll use in the summer. And so, yeah, I'm starting to get excited about the tires. I'm getting winter ones. I'm getting summer ones. I have all seasons. Anyways, the plan is to just drive it. And maybe this will carve out a path. But not that it's anything new. Like people have always said, like, why are you keeping it nicer than the next guy? Drive your car all year round. But like you don't. I seen 10, 20 Supras around Appleton in the summer, and now they're gone.
Yeah.
So fuck it. I'm taking mine out.
Like to that point, right? The whole, you should drive it to enjoy it. I think it's different for everybody.
Yeah,
Because
100%.
when you're investing, a lot of times, especially when you're younger and you're investing a lot of money into a car, you
want to keep it nice.
Put it on a pedestal because you work so hard.
the
for
nicest
it.
thing you own.
Yeah,
right?
you don't want to put it in a position where it's gonna get crapped on, it's gonna get rusted, so it's like, yeah, should you drive it more? Sure, but the people that are usually saying that aren't driving their 67 or 71 Camaro. They're driving their fucking Ford F-150, and they're just talking smack to you because you're young. So I would agree that it's a perfectly normal hesitation to not want to drive your car in the wintertime.
Yeah, you just want to keep it nice.
Yeah.
And I always hate that. I always see it online on like Facebook pages and stuff. Like some of the guys like in the Focus ST group, like some want to store their car, which I stored mine too. And they would get the most shit. It's like, bro, it's a fucking Focus. It's like, it's okay if someone wants to just keep their stuff nice. Like, why do you care
the
if
fenders will rust in 2 years?
Yeah.
Even with a brand new car.
Yeah, if they want to keep it nice and they have the means to do that, and they're not like complaining like, oh my God, I wish I could drive my Focus. I'm walking everywhere because I have my Focus. Like, they're not saying that. Like, if they were, okay, give them a little bit of shit. But like, if they want to just keep their car nice, let them keep their car nice. But on the other side of the coin, if they want to drive it in the winter, I mean, it's their car. If they're going to quote unquote destroy it, which they won't, let them drive it in the winter too. It's their money, what they're doing with the car, and you don't know their narrative or plan. What if I wanted to get rid of the Supra? Okay, well, if I store it and pay for it all year to sit in the garage, I'm going to have trouble selling it now. It'll probably sell in spring. So now I paid for it to sit in the garage, and then it sells in spring, and now I wasted all this time where I have been binge watching people driving their Supra in the snow the last 2 nights, and it looks phenomenal.
Did you watch Frederick Osbo?
Yes.
With his Mark IV
Yes,
Supra
I shared that on my story. Yeah, that was like
wild.
That man,
I mean, that's next level. But
watching him in Formula Drift, and people give him a lot of crap because he's like a robot. He's so calculated in the way that he drives.
Recognize robot.
But you watch his stuff, man, and he's so good.
I love him.
He's so good. It's hard to argue. Like, you see why he's got haters, because he doesn't have like the Chelsea to Nofa sauce of sorts, but like he's freaking awesome.
I don't
to
know.
watch.
Yeah, I think he keeps it real. He's obviously phenomenal at what he does.
Oh my God.
But I love, like, if you follow him on his socials, he's a very, like, I don't know, personable, real guy. Like,
Dude,
he's just...
They all
chill.
are. That's
Yeah.
the crazy thing is like most of them. It was kind of funny because there's a video that somebody put out where it's like Honest Formula Drift commercial or something. They're talking a little bit of smack about it, but it's like they're talking about how almost every Formula Drift driver is a dad. And then you go out there and you start to realize, like, yeah, every single Formula Drift driver most of them have like families and kids, and like they post about their sons or daughters on their Instagram, and every once in a while, they're posting about their cars. But like, I think another guy that's out there is Darren Kelly. Is just like the most genuine guy. He drives the twin turbo Aston Martin, the hard racing.
Yeah.
My God, just talking to him is just such a freaking hoot. And then hearing all the cars that he drifts and drives around the world, you just start to like, I want to do that. I want to go drive in a different country and race in different competitions.
Now, speaking of drifting, getting into all that, I know, Giles, you picked that up and you started doing it. What's your, like, do you have like a goal in mind or something you're shooting for with it? Like, are you staying grassroots or you ever going to upgrade the car? Like, what is your main goal with drifting other than just learning to drift?
It's a great question. And to be completely honest, I don't know if I've ever thought about it.
Hey, that's fair. I know you wanted to hop in and learn. I just didn't know if you've gotten past that step where you're like, okay, I'm starting to get a little comfortable. Here's what I kind of want to shoot for now. Or do you plan on just getting out of it?
No, I 100% plan to stay with it. I've something I've wanted to do for a long, long time.
Yeah, you've made me want to do it.
Just never had the opportunity to do it, whether it was funds, whether it was, things going on in my life, whether it was just space to have a car like that.
There's always a million reasons not to
there's
do
always,
something,
and
so
that's
I'm glad
kind
you
of what it was. So
did
it was like, I was looking at it, I'm like, well, I either have two options. I can like drift the FRS that I still owe money on.
Not a great idea.
Also, at the time, it was like I could sell the car for literally what I bought it for 4 years
the
prior
car
to
bubble.
that.
Yeah.
And so I did. And then I used that cash
Poor guy.
to go
Whoever
put
bought
a nice.
that.
Well, made it look dope.
Yeah, I mean,
It's what they were going for.
he
You
came with
didn't
the money.
have
He's
yours.
like, yeah, I want your car. I was like, all right, here you go. But
Yeah,
so
not your
like
fault.
I was able to put a down payment on new daily, so I had something to run all year round.
There you
and
go.
then I went and bought the 240.
Gels may be the youngest one of us, but he's probably the most responsible.
Well, no.
Giles, are you the
okay,
most responsible?
Wait,
No.
wait. I do have a real question. The most important question of all. You own a Nissan 240 SX. I've probably a minor critic to the platform because it's gotten so expensive to jump into.
Yes.
You started with the 240 SX. Would you say, knowing kind of what they're running for, the car that you have, is it still a top pick car as a beginner starter drift car?
Yes.
Wow.
I would say so. I would
humbug.
say so because
I think that's bullshit.
no, I would say it depends on how you want to look at it. So like to continue, like I wanted to get into it, wanted to do it for a long time because I wanted to learn how to do it. I wanted to experience something new. I wanted to get into like an actual motorsport with one of my cars versus just, going to shows and cruising with my friends and stuff like that. I wanted to actually go like progress at something, progress my skill at something. Like now you're asking like, what do I plan to do with that? I have no idea. I just want to go have fun with it. I want to learn. I want to like be able to like see my progression and stuff like that. If that somehow turns into me competing at something, cool. I've never been a super competitive person, I don't believe. So like that isn't like my main goal to like, oh, I want to go into FD or I want to go, win like these events or something like that. Yeah. I just like when I went to the track with Sam that time and it was like, hey, hop in, like let's go for a ride. And then just seeing like, walking around the pits and like hanging out with the people and like, yeah, this is what we do. This is like our escape. I'm like, this is fucking sick. And like that's what really drew me to it. It was like the grassroots style, but it was just like everyone there was like super chill. They were super willing to like help a new person out, like whether that was questions, whether that was like literally like replacing tie rods on my first event.
Yeah, you said the community has
like
been awesome.
the community has been
always
really
told me
awesome.
that.
So it's like I just want
cool.
to continue to be a part of that. And if some time down the road, I see someone like me coming in and like, hey, I just bought this 350 and I just kind of here by myself. I don't have the tool. Like, dude, I'll lend you my tools. Like, let's hop in.
To loop it back real quick, because you avoided this question, I still want to answer to
Yes.
it. Was you said 240 is a good place to start?
I said is it good within the top beginner's drift car?
Yes.
He said, Unequivocally, yes.
And I want elaboration on that because don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on 240s.
Yes,
I think
hating
they're
on
awesome, but
240s.
I'm hating on 240s at the price they're at for what you get.
You're right.
Bro, you got a shell of a car. Think the engine's very good, runs good, has a cool cage in it.
Yeah.
That's about all you got, though. There's nothing else to that car.
No, it's got a polyurethane bumper that came in a box.
He bought that.
I bought that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it didn't come with that.
No, so
And
Hey, defend yourself.
yes, I'm trying.
Stop it.
I want him
Stop
to.
it. I'm about to jump
Sell
on
me
his
one.
side. And
I'll go buy one right after this. Tell me why I should spend 12 grand on a fucking
you're not
car
going to
that's
spend
falling
12
apart.
grand. You're going to spend 9 grand, like I did.
Okay.
8 grand. No, I spent 8 grand on it.
Okay, 8 grand.
If you're under 10,
Yes.
you're good.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. Don't go spend 15, 16 grand on a 240 to go drift. Don't
Dakota,
do that.
We're old. Remember, we just talked about this. We
know.
are okay. We are
just-
kind of old. Here's the thing. Here's the
other platforms.
whichever camera's supposed to look at. We are old in terms of this JDM bubble of value in cars, where when we were young, 12 years ago, and we were looking at our first cars, we were looking at 240 SXs that had either a KA or even an SR for under 5 because they were everywhere. Nobody really messed around with them to the popularity of what they are now. Now we look at them and we're seeing 17-year-olds buy them for TikTok videos. We're seeing people jump into them to turn them into show cars, to turn them into these random, crazy, extreme cars, and it's driving up the value. It doesn't change the fact that when we were at that 17-year-old mark, they were $3 grand, and now they're 13 grand. But maybe they were just underpriced when we were young. Maybe we're the problem.
Can I finish my answer?
Yes. I need you to because I'm still not convinced, but I get what you're saying.
So here's when I was looking, because I had a wide variety of search results going in my Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, wherever I was looking. I was looking for 350Zs. I was looking for G35s.
Gross.
I was looking for, whatever. IS300, like whatever was out there was rear-wheel drive and manual. And I could get for I was shooting for under 9.
Okay.
Because that's what I had.
Yep.
240s were like in the realm, but again, it was like, no, they're over 10. They're 10, 12 grand.
Right.
The thing is, though, it's like some of them are out there. The one that I found and why I think it still makes a good beginner drift car to keep in mind when looking is because not only did I find one, but there's not a whole lot done to the car, and it does everything that I needed to. And there wasn't much that I needed to do. If you can just go take that car and you can start just to go learn how to drift. Now that's with like any car, but I have beat the absolute shit out of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the only things that have like really happened to it are, okay, I pulled the tie rod out because that's what happens. I had a $5 tie rod from Rock Auto sitting in my toolbox that I threw in. The car itself like handled really well. And it wasn't something that was like too out of my skill set yet.
Right.
Like I wasn't hopping into a Corvette. I wasn't hopping into a Turbo 350Z. I wasn't hopping into something with like a ton of power. Like this car itself is teaching me the actual like what I've never driven a car like that. Like what it takes to drive a car like that. The low power of it forces you to fucking drive the car. You have to throw that thing into the corners. Like you don't have the power to like break the wheels free and like do it. So it's like I know that like eventually when I get to a different car, whether if that's, stepping up the power or if it's like swapping the motor in this thing, eventually when I step up to something with more power, that it'll be nice to have, but I already have like the actual control of the car and the mentality of not being afraid to throw it into a corner, because I'll have that power.
Better to drive a slow car fast
Than a fast car slow.
fast car
So
slow.
what I'm hearing is I bought the car for $8,000 because it's really slow.
Yes.
And that would allow me to learn.
Yes. Plus, there's a ton of parts out
why
there.
would you buy a Miata for track racing?
Why not?
You buy a Miata to begin track racing, literally for the same exact thing he's explaining with the 240, because you are not allowed to hide mistakes in a slow car.
I get that. I think you guys are missing the point of I'm not saying it's a bad car to learn. I'm saying it's an expensive car for what you get.
Pick? What would you pick for a beginner drift car?
For that kind of money, I know you looked, but I think I would have continued looking at more like the 350Z realm, like naturally aspirated, not any hack job of a turbo build on one.
Yeah.
Just the NA. Or you're probably getting to the point of if you could find a salvage title FRS or like BRZ.
Yeah, they're really coming down there now,
Yeah.
Hey, really?
and-
How much
yeah.
are they?
Well, depending on it's hard to say to one, but like for a while there, you could get like an FRS with like 80, 90,000 miles on it. Maybe it was, had some stuff done to it that was less than ideal, but like I was seeing them for like 10, 12 grand.
Yeah. See, so that's right in that realm. So I'm just looking at that, and I'm not saying your car is bad. I'm not. I think it's a phenomenal car. It's a great car to learn to drift on. What I'm just saying is to put it up there and say it's one of the best to start learning on. It's like, I don't know, like fucking A. What about like a New Edge Mustang or something like that? I don't know how good those are for drifting, but I know you can get them cheap, and it has a V8, and that's cheap to work on.
Well, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to take a break and take this offline. So let's bring it out to the next chapter that you'll be hearing in 3, 2, 1.
All right, now that we're
Okay, hold on. I need to clarify. I
boy.
had a minute or two with this little break thing here to kind of like process what the hell just happened and what I got hit with.
He felt attacked.
Well,
I was attacking a little bit.
I was overwhelmed.
Okay, sure.
And I can already see the comments coming through my DMs like, bro, you did the 240 community so wrong. How dare you not to-"
Okay, all right.
All right. Here's the thing. Is the car in the current state of the world with the prices, of everything else, like among the top? With the prices, it's very arguable.
Sure.
However, I bought the car.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. I think it handles absolutely fantastic. It does everything I needed to do. It was really reliable for me. And I think that, without the influence of the market and the prices of everything being god awful, it's 100% a fantastic entry-level drift car. There's a reason that you see so many of
That's
them.
what I wanted to hear.
freaking
There it is.
community.
Let's go.
There we go. Nice job, Jones. Well done. That's literally what I wanted to hear is like that. I think that was the root of the question was, do you enjoy it? Like, was it worth it to you?
Yeah, absolutely.
There it is. That's what justifies it. If it was worth it to you.
Yeah, I've learned so much in like the handful of events that I've done this year with that car than I have done anything else. Like,
which is interesting, right? Because you learn. A lot of people learn by doing, right? Drifting the car, breaking the car, repairing the car. Nowadays, if you go out there on YouTube, there are some awesome names out there making content, obviously.
Yeah.
But they ain't working on their shit themselves anymore.
Oh,
God.
boy, you're opening
Oh,
up
boy.
that can of worms.
Right? No, wait. So hold on.
You are okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? And it is everybody's expectation that you work on your own stuff.
Right.
But TJ has guys.
oh, we're throwing names.
Yeah,
Well, no,
name
he's
dropping.
a good
Whoa.
dude. He's a good dude.
TJ.
I love the dude. He's awesome. Dustin's got a homie mechanic. Right?
Tim.
Tim, right?
Yeah.
Adam LZ's got a team.
Yeah.
All these people that have relatively larger channels, they have teams that help them make the content or
Yeah.
that help build the cars.
You have to.
So the question, but that's the question is, does it make you any less authentic or awesome to not be working on your own shit?
So yeah, I'd like to dive into that a little bit because I feel this. I don't think people realize how like behind the scenes, how long this shit takes,
Yeah.
especially when you're filming, scripting, editing, ordering parts, getting the plan together. Like I think movie magic makes it seem all whimsical and lighthearted, but there is so much, and I give these guys so much credit for what they do because there's so much that goes into it. Dude, you don't have the fucking time to do an exhaust install for the 80th time. They're doing so many builds and stuff that, yes, they can do it. And yes, that looks good. Like, cause you're seeing them work on it, but at the same time, they've done it 100 times. They don't have time to do it. And there's time is spent, better elsewhere. So I 100% get it, but I don't think everyone.
See, that's why
That's
I like what Dustin Williams just made a video talking about, like 2022, his Ricer Pass, the NSX. That video for me is why I continue to love the content that Dustin puts out.
Right. Yeah, it's
Because
super
he's
genuine.
sitting there, he grabs a chair, he sits down, and he's like, you're not going to see these cars with much progress because we're waiting on this, we're waiting on this, we're waiting on this,
Yeah.
we're waiting on this. And he's just super open about it. He's not, it's almost like a lot of times content is getting like steroid induced. Like all of the barriers of normally building a car do not exist to these content channels. And as a result, people are watching builds that get done in a month or have these massive budgets behind them. And yet it feels, because of movie magic, like it was just done like everyone else.
Yeah, just
When
got
that is
done
100%.
Got it done in a day.
Yeah, it was 100% not the case. And so I think the relatability is sometimes what people are missing, especially as the content gets bigger and more robust.
Well, right. And it's like, you know, if you start following one of those guys, like I remember, you know, watching TJ, like when he got his BRZ and he was doing
Miley.
installs like in the garage of like, you know, throwing the exhaust on something that's like, that's what I originally came on board for and like was watching those videos for. And it's like, is that the same stuff? Absolutely not. Like rightfully so.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude, like at least for, you know, like right now is uploading the video every single damn day. Or like, you know, all these other people are uploading multiple times a week with these massive projects.
Yeah.
On top of other business, you know, things that they have.
And TJ has Street Hunters, right?
Right,
That he's
yeah.
working on.
Yep.
And it's
They
like,
all have multiple brands.
yeah, multiple brands and businesses. Adam LZ has Drift HQ. He has the apparel stuff too, but it's like, you don't realize how that's over a full-time job.
Uh-huh.
You know, that's running a business essentially, and learning how to run a business at the age where you started with Miley and doing the mods on the car
Right.
back in 2014. I mean, it's just wild.
Yeah, so it's like a lot of those people that came on board during that time, like the OGs per se, you know, it's like they've seen this evolution, and unfortunately, you know, some people they don't want to see where it is now.
I would say that the one thing that might not be controversial though, but something that I think is maybe hurting newer content creators getting into the fold is the audience has gotten used to that.
Oh,
Yes,
The
that's
audience-
exactly what I was going to say.
The audience has gotten way too used to having that much progression so fast.
Yep.
And I think that part kind of bugs me. I think that part kind of upsets me a little bit because it's like there are people that want to show off some really unique and original builds, but they don't get any of the attention or any of the
Get
love.
drowned out.
They get drowned out because these other people are building, you know, 7-figure builds in a month.
Right.
Well, yeah, and see what's happening, and what I don't think people realize is because they'll say like, "No, I'll watch it. I'll watch you do this. I want to see that." In the back of their head, they're not gonna watch it.
No.
They're gonna see it and they're gonna scroll on because there's gonna be that video next to it that does grab their attention, and they're gonna click that, not on purpose, not to, you know,
Yeah, it's not
specifically
to
avoid your
intentionally
comment.
You
exclude
can't.
it,
You
yeah.
cannot compete. People cannot compete with the attention if you have a video up. And I like we all are content creators.
Yeah.
And we're all learning how to do it again and starting from scratch again. And it's awesome to see the success that we have had. But there's going to be highs and lows for fucking ever.
Yeah, yeah.
But I can still post a video that I feel is like 10 out of 10, the best stuff I could possibly, and I'm passionate about it. And if Haggerty has their insanely fucking 6-figure budget bullshit 18-minute video that I'm going to watch right next to it as recommended, I know sure as shit I don't stand a chance.
Yeah, that's
know
what
what
I'm
I
saying.
mean?
Like, because I have the means right now as I'm filming my own videos with help from Joe sometimes when he comes. I am editing my own videos. I am planning them. I am scripting them. And I'm doing all of the production for it. I have the means to maybe do a wheel and tire install or an exhaust install or an intake install. That's like the episode limits for me because of time. Unless I want to upload once every 6 months because I'm doing a ton of other shit on the side, you know. And it's like, I can post the exhaust video and you'll say you'll watch it. But at the end of the day, it's the 80th exhaust video that's up on YouTube right now for a Supra specifically. There's a million exhaust
And
videos.
it's not going to get hit with
it's gonna-
SEO.
And what's going to, yeah, if YouTube even does recommend it, Whistling Diesel's right there and he's flying a helicopter inside of a building. How can I compete? I cannot. So it's like you're constantly as a creator wanting to do something that no one else ever did, even though everyone has done everything.
Yeah.
And in
That's-
order to do it, it's you can't.
That's the business. That's the businessification, though, of like the content creation
100%.
space, and then all of the businesses that are finally saturating this. Like you've known YouTube for a good long while, Joseph.
Yeah.
You know, I've been on YouTube, or I've done YouTube videos since like 2006.
Yep.
You know, 2005 on RuneScape. Like I remember. When people started uploading how to do things like TJ Hunt, that was unheard of.
It was the first ones.
Doing
Yeah.
video tutorials was how YouTube exploded. That was the original thing.
Right.
And you go out there now and it's like, finally, 10 years for some of these businesses or brands or industries. And they're like, wait a minute. So we can just spend, you know, 2% of our marketing budget on YouTube and gather millions upon millions of subscribers and have the best produced content in subject X, well, I'm just going to do that.
Yeah.
And then like the content creators that originally built YouTube, or the idea of what YouTube was built off of, it's no longer that. It's a business platform.
Yeah.
It's like, well, how do you compete? And that's a question I'd ask you guys. Like, how would you, as a new creator, like an actual new creator with not much of a following, how would you stand out? Like, what would you do?
I mean, the route that I'm going and kind of the mentality that I've had, and even the feedback and the comments of some of the videos I've done, it's that people are looking for that content again. They're looking for just like, okay, I don't need to watch, the freaking 6-rotor RX-8 video, or like, the LS swap, like, hypercar or something like that, or whatever it is. Like, I want to, a cleanser. I want a palate cleanse.
You think people are getting refreshed with seeing
they're missing
that old
the
style.
exact reason that we're having this conversation. People like, oh, well, they're not working on their car anymore. Do I want to watch that? Or is that okay that they're not working on her? Yeah, it's absolutely perfectly fine that they're not working on their car. But there's a group of people out there that are looking for that content. They're looking for the grassroots content in a sense. They're looking for the people that are like working hands-on with a car. They're looking for, another person to go along, or they're trying to be that person. And, that's what I plan to do. I plan to do like, I want to work on my, because I as right now, enjoy working on cars. Like I've always enjoyed
You have a heated garage. It's not fair.
Exactly.
Yeah, no shit.
I like working on my car. It's 65 degrees in my garage. It's like,
but I don't know. I just always like learning new things. So it's like my plan with like the 240 is like, I want to learn how to paint that damn car. So I'm going to strip it down. I'm going to try to do body work. I'm going to learn how to do that stuff. And I'm going to attempt to paint that fucker.
And film it.
And edit it.
Yeah.
And post that shit. And then post the micro content and the shorts and the reels and answer the comments and all that
You
stuff.
can't tell me that there isn't this like little voice in the back of your head that's telling like you gotta like complete it in an episode though, because
Oh, 100%.
the majority of the audience wants to see the entire thing done in
Right.
one episode, where a small portion will stick around for that
See, that's the thing. 'Cause,
process.
like I just
and that's what you have to navigate.
and it brings up the question, because I ran into Colette Davis when I was at Ibisu, and she had the JZX, and then I just saw her post a video of her doing like a 10 color shift on the Corvette. It was like a $20,000 paint job
my
or something
God.
like that. And
Whoa.
it's like, so you still, I mean, even after everything, you still have a following, right? You still have people that I would say enjoy your content, support you with the platform that you do. How does somebody that doesn't even have the stepping stone to that you have get into it? Like, how do you stand out? How do you create an authentic relationship with a sea of people yelling in a closet, saying the same thing you're saying over and over?
Yeah, I think what that is like, and it's hard to say because like after leaving, I had such a stepping stone into creating my YouTube channel. Even though I had a YouTube channel, like you said, I have been making videos forever, and I know exactly how hard it is to like get past that break. Like even 100 subscribers is such a big deal, and that's why like when my channel was getting a lot of traction after leaving, it was so surreal to me because it was numbers I dreamed of as a kid, making a YouTube channel. And I would say after everything I learned and being able to start channels from the ground up and from nothing and getting them to at least something, what I learned is you need to be passionate about what you're doing. You have to enjoy your own content. You have to enjoy what you're making, because the second you're like, I need to do this video, if you don't like it, your audience isn't going to like it.
Right.
And then you need to be consistent to some plan. And I kind of contradict myself, because I think in a recent video I did, I said, fuck the plan. I want to make this video good. And you got to be able to make those judgment calls of, I'm going to diverge from my plan, but it's for this reason and it's going to pay off. And you have to hold yourself to it though. Like if it doesn't pay off, your next time you do this, you can't be fucking pushing it off. You got to stick to it. You got to be consistent. But as long as you are passionate about what you're doing and consistent, I don't know if it'll take a year. I don't know if it'll take 10 years, but at some point you will be successful with it. And I firmly believe that anybody has the opportunity right now to be successful with it.
I would argue that the TikTok has helped with that.
Yeah.
I think TikTok makes me feel
Same values apply though.
young YouTube
Yeah.
is what TikTok is right now. And sure, they're making some algorithm changes, and some people give it a lot of crap. But like, I would argue same thing. Starting over fresh, still having a platform kind of from the past, but the structure and discipline of making the content's important. And I almost treat it like going to the gym, where some people won't go to the gym because they don't know what they're going to work on. They don't know.
Why'd you look at me when you said that?
Well, yeah, there's a reason you got the beard. You
I don't
said
need
it,
to
said
go
it
to the
yourself.
gym, Alex. I'm fucking ripped. Anyways, we can keep moving.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. So with that being said, stop it.
Oh,
The whiteness is gonna blow out.
itching.
I can just see the paleness from the underside of his arm, his non-tattooed arm that looks like
I have a farmer's tan in winter.
Wisconsin.
It finally became winter.
I don't.
No. Yeah, don't talk about that. But no, I will say, like, it's the young YouTube again, is jumping into TikTok and trying something different. But if you do go to the gym, right, or people don't want to go to the gym because they don't know what they're working on, it's like, just go to the gym.
Yeah, start.
And once you walk
Be
in,
consistent.
you may end up doing something that was kind of good or not kind of good, but at least you did it. Like, before you go try to make a perfect thing, just go make a thing. It doesn't matter what that thing is. Just try it. And I think that's where a lot of starter content creators really struggle, because they see the Adam LZs, the Dustin Williams, the TJ Hunts, the Colette Davises, these awesome content creators that are still incredible. They're still awesome. But they think it's too far-fetched to make content. They think it's too far gone to grow an audience. And it's like, I don't know if that's inherently true, but it's not to say that it was easier in the past. Because I do think it was easier in the past.
Yeah, 100%. And like the TikTok reference is a good, point. It's like, it's a new platform. It's obviously, we've seen things on there that we've never seen. Just like when YouTube first came out, we were seeing things that we've never seen before, and people were hopping to that and like gravitating towards that. I look at it as like, there's a lot of fucking people in the world. And there's a lot of different people that are looking for different things. Now, majority of those people might be looking for the crazy builds and stuff out there, but there's also a good majority of people that are looking for things other than that. And if that's the audience that you want to go to, great. Just know that it's not going to be probably 10 million views a video.
Yeah.
It might be, a couple thousand views a video, especially starting off. And it's like, that's okay.
It might be 10 views.
Yeah.
It might be 5 views.
Yeah.
And you have to be okay with that.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, and it's so important, you have to enjoy what you're making, because at the end of the day, you at least have this video that you're proud of. And maybe in a year or 2 years, you can go back and look at it and enjoy it again because it was something you created and you liked. But if you're doing it and you're like, all I want to get is 10,000 views, and you upload it and it gets 5 views, you're going to quit immediately.
Yeah, and that's where I do think that the passion is super important in what you do. I do think that there's, like, for me personally, like when I shot the Japan content, I went out there with Torque Motorsport.
Yeah.
I knew that there was going to be content posted that was going to do greater numbers, and I knew that there was content that I was going to produce that wasn't going to do as good of numbers.
Right.
But the content that had less views, that I knew was going to be a little bit more of a passion project, I mentally prepared for that before posting it. Because sometimes I do think there's a little bit of expectation that you're going out there and you're doing wild things, but it's already been done a million times before. But those times where you do kind of put yourself out there and you do accept what the results are, you don't know what opportunities come back from that. You don't know if the relationships you made in the video, or the partners that you worked with, or maybe the vendors or sponsors, you never know what that might come back for a couple years later. So I think it's just like, even if you're aiming for 5-10 views, I wouldn't even say, like, at the start, don't even aim for views. Just aim for posting.
Aim to get videos done.
Yeah, aim to just get the video done.
And then just like
post it.
And as cliche as it sounds, like, execute what you wanted to do.
Yeah, if you ever want the best tip, which is still probably the cringiest tip ever that's helped me since beginning anything I've ever started ever.
Oh, here's the big advice.
You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready. I need it.
The statement of telling your friends and telling your family to support you cannot be overstated. Every single time I started a new YouTube channel, started a little business thing, went to start anything, I have always had a platform of people to help me with that right off of the gate. Whether that was a forum, a community page, friends, or family. And it may seem almost cliche to like post on Facebook saying, hey guys, if you could really drop a comment, that'd mean a lot. But like, if you want to hustle and get into that shit and get a little bit more of a foundation, go tell your mother to comment on your YouTube video, because
Literally.
it will help. It will 100%.
Literally,
help.
it does sound kind of like goofy to say, and like when you think about it, but you're 1000% right. Any bit of help you can get is help.
Yeah.
So yeah, share it with your friends. Watch it together with your friends. Have your friends go comment on it and watch it, even if it's a goofy comment. Send it to your parents. Send it to relatives, because it's having any type of ground to start on helps, but it's not 1000% needed. If you're I've been kind of like an individual my whole life, and I don't stick to big crowds or anything like that. And a lot of my family has moved away, and I'm kind of up here, and you still can do it and be that type of person. So don't think either like, oh, I don't have like, 50 friends that I can share my video with or anything like that. You don't need that. It's just a good, it's something that can help. It's a pro tip. But again, if you're just making videos and you enjoy them, I promise you, be consistent and they will be successful 1,000%. I remember too, I had a guy message me. He's like, yo, bro, I just started a YouTube page. Can you share it on your story? I was like, I can share it on my story, but I'll do that after you get 10 videos uploaded. And he's like, all right. And sure shit, a few months later, messaged me. He's like, hey, bro, I got my 10th video upload. Will you share it? I shared that shit immediately. And it's been cool because he's been consistent and he's growing and he's starting to get views. And because that's the hardest part. It's the hardest part is the consistency. And I struggle with it myself is finding time to edit. And like things come up, family things, life things, job things, everything comes up and gets in the way. And sometimes like dude, there's nights where I'm editing at 2 a.m. on a Wednesday to get this shit done. And there's got to be a certain level of passion in order to do it. So again, if you're not liking it or you're trying, and this is cliche to say it too, but if like you're doing it for the money, if you're doing it for the views, you're probably not going to be successful at it because you're not going to see it right away. And when you're up at 3 a.m. editing, you're not going to see the value from it.
Right.
So that's my biggest piece of advice is just find something you enjoy. It doesn't matter if it's cars, if it's eating sushi, if it's playing video games, if it's training dogs. I don't give a fuck what it is. Just find something you really enjoy. And if you want to be a content creator, make videos you enjoy. And you're going to find out, like Giles was saying, there's other people that enjoy that too. You're not as much of an individual as you think. There's a lot of people
that is one thing that the internet has taught.
Yeah,
Dude, that's TikTok as a whole.
Yeah.
Though. Like there's
100%.
subgroups of things that
Yes.
you would have never
Yes.
imagined. They're like, oh, I'm on this talk, and it's like,
Yeah.
I don't even know how I got here.
Oh,
And yet,
yeah.
they're like, I'm on Cathedral Talk. I'm like, what? I didn't know that this was a group of people. You
A
go
lot
check
of
out the
people have
video,
same interests.
and there's 6 million views on the video.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would only counter a little bit with is like, yes, do it for yourself, do it for the passion, do it. But get your content in front of either a biased or unbiased group, because if you want to get better,
True.
you have to
need-
get the
yeah.
feedback. And if you don't put yourself in a position to get feedback, even if it feels uncomfortable, you won't grow.
Right.
Because you're going to keep making the same thing over and over and over. If you put yourself in front of a group of friends that are honest and trustworthy with you, they may be able to tell you, dude, that video sucked.
And you got to be open to
And
critiques
you
too.
have to be open
Yeah,
for that.
and it's
Like,
hard. It hurts.
I still make videos, and I have Mario that will look at them, and he'll literally tell me, he'll be like, this one probably ain't it. We can post it, but she ain't good.
But you
And
need that.
Yes.
You
need
100% need good feedback. And that's another thing too. Like, let's say you don't have this huge group of friends that you can share stuff with. Let's say you're making videos about PlayStation 5. Go share the video in a PlayStation 5 group or find a forum or something where you can share this video. And you don't got to be blatant like, hey, go watch my video. Say, hey guys, I just got this new controller and I've been playing with it and I really like it. I liked it so much that I ended up making a video about it. So if you're interested in it, feel free to watch it. Don't be so upfront and blatant about, I want your views because I'm trying to get ad revenue or some shit like that. Like, relate with people, talk with people. They'll watch your video if you come off like a friend and not like a business.
Yeah.
So, use those avenues and think about it, how you can get it in front of people. I think Alex made a really good point with that. Anyways, so yeah, people working on their cars, they just don't have the time for it.
And that is 100%.
I respect
okay.
them.
Dude,
And it's okay because, it's not to say they're an idiot and they don't know what they're doing.
No.
But
They're just trying to run
need
their
help,
like
bro.
multi-million.
Yeah, they're trying to
subscriber
feed your
channel.
hungry asses with the craziest content they can.
Really,
because
really the problem is you.
retention is at
Yeah,
a minimum.
It's your guys' problem, damn it. You put them as this. Oh my god, I stuttered. You put them in this position, and now it's an expectation, and they have to fill that expectation.
Average retention right now in 2022 is 8.25 seconds.
Holy fuck.
8.25 seconds.
Fucking terrifying.
Before they have to either receive, change, or pivot some form of information either in front of them, like sensory or physical. 8.25 seconds. Imagine that.
So you're telling me everyone that started this podcast is probably gone by now?
Oh, they're fucking. They're gone, bro.
Yeah, they're long gone.
All right. Well, speaking of that, then that gives us an opportunity to step away for a little bit because I got Tinkle. That used to be my Xbox Live name. Got a Tinkle.
Mine was a large crayon.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, so then when you played Halo, right? You got
I was
killed.
beat down by a large crayon.
Exactly.
I like that.
Oh, that's dope.
Do you have a funny one?
No,
What is it?
What was it?
What is it?
it's like wingage. or some shit like that.
All right, we're taking a break. Okay, so we're jumping into the community feedback.
Yes.
They dropped some questions. Dakota's got a list. And before we get into that list, I just want to say, in terms on this episode of really neat, cool shit, you guys should bring, if you guys get anything cool from like vendors or companies, you should bring it. When I was at PRI, I got this.
Whoa.
That is
little-
so sick.
This is the NASCAR wheel that BBS produced,
That's
right?
sick.
Because they have the center lock.
Because yeah,
wheels
if you,
for this
if you
series.
didn't
Now,
know,
if you didn't know,
BBS wheels are on NASCAR cars.
yeah, BBS is our
metal, too.
NASCAR, which is a big deal. And that was
wheels
actually
are metal, Joe.
so. This is a good story. This was a gift that Craig Donnelly got, president of BBS USA, that he got from an individual at NASCAR. Now that's not like an official, like distributed product for sale. He only had a few of them made. And when I went and bugged them, when I
Oh,
was
so
at
it's
PRI,
special.
they gave it to me. Ah!
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, don't let me touch it. I'll drop
I wanted to throw it.
Please don't. Okay, into
Okay, yeah. So
the community questions. The
Here we-
community.
we got a good one. We got a good
Oh,
one. So this is from Eric_D_Allen, and he says,
Oh boy.
biggest car issue you've ever created for yourself, whether intentional or unintentional.
Gels, you go first. You own a rotary.
Okay. All right.
Now we've got the elephant out of the
Throwing
room.
that right in there. Oh boy.
I know one. I can hint at one for you.
Yeah.
What?
Wide bodying my damn car.
Okay, all right. Not the direction I was gonna go, but let's hear it.
Gross.
Okay, yeah. Wide bodying your car,
10
you think
seconds.
like you get like a lot more room for like activities in like with your wheels and stuff, unless you go the stance route, and in which case you have wide ass wheels everywhere, including up front, that may or may not hit every part.
I
of
think
your
I
frame and
accidentally-
fender liner and everything.
I think I accidentally ruined your front tires when I drove it one time. But Dakota,
Yeah.
your turn.
So did
Wow.
David, that dude in blue.
Oh shit!
and
He's
so-
calling people out on the podcast.
It's okay, dude. It's okay, dude. I forgot to warn him. I totally did. I totally
Yeah, it
forgot. I'm
wasn't
like,
his fault.
don't turn past like 3/4 of the way.
You don't
or
realize
it'll
how
completely
less.
shred the tire.
Like, that's not a lot at all, too, which is the worst part.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine
Dakota?
easy. I thought of Volkswagens instantly. So I had a very great, amazing, god tier Volkswagen, my Sportwagen TDI. I loved it.
yeah.
It was amazing. And I had the fucking bright idea, great, fantastic idea to trade it for a different Volkswagen because this thing's perfect. So why don't I get rid of it and get something else? Because there's probably something more perfect, right? No, there wasn't something more perfect. This was a classic case of the grass is greener. And it was actually yellower because I got a 20th anniversary Amole yellow Mark IV
remember that.
GTI.
yeah.
And as much as I love the damn thing, it was the biggest pain in my ass. I've never had a vehicle with more issues in my entire life than this damn Mark IV GTI. Every single time I got into the car, there's a problem. Every time. And it was a new problem. It's like live streaming, like how I run into an issue every time.
Oh
It's
my
like
god,
that with that.
that is like
And-
the OBS of cars.
Yeah, it was. It was. And it was just this whole thing. And
Volkswagen
I
for you,
tried
though.
fixing a lot of it. I really tried. I dove into it. I was like, I want to save this thing. I want to bring it back. And I think I did a decent job of getting it to a fairly drivable point.
It was dope.
But every day I wake up and I'm like, TDI, it's not there anymore. And I regret it. And I wake up sweating. So-
What were you gonna answer for me?
Oh, I wanted you to talk about not owning a boosted car, and you've done that to yourself.
Oh, that's
Anyways.
All right, yeah, that's a topic for another day.
Yeah.
I would say for me, there would be, I used to have a 1976 Datsun 280Z.
Is that what that's from?
No.
This was off of that.
No, also wrong. That had a 355 supercharged V8 in it.
Oh, I
And
remember
I
this
learned
car.
everything I had to learn about being a mechanic on this car to learn that I did not like being a mechanic on cars. And I remember the motor had essentially a top end issue, so I had the bright idea of doing it all myself. And I went through the whole process. I literally had a business account at O'Reilly's. I'd go there like 3-4 times every single Monday because that's when I worked on the car. And I tore everything apart. I put it all back together. And as I was putting everything back together, like you put the camshafts and you've got these rocker arms and
Engine
you've got
things,
all these top end bits and motor domestic pieces. I didn't know that those had to be torqued down at a certain like positioning
Yeah.
of where you're at, like crank zero or whatever they call it. And I just just tightened them fuckers down and slapped the valve covers on and threw it into first. Drove down the street. I remember driving it to my dad's house, which was about like 3 miles away from the apartment that I shared with Michael Shaw and Julio. And I had a good friend, Herbert, at the time, who's helping like teach me on this sort of stuff. But I kind of wanted to skip past the slow part. I just wanted to get the car done.
Yeah, as you do.
And before I even got the car back, I had bent almost all of the rods and had to do it all over again. I had to rebuild it again. And I didn't tell anyone for like 6 months because I was so ashamed that when they're like, how's the car coming along? I was like, oh, it's good. It should be ready by spring. It was ready in the wintertime, and I screwed it up.
Oh, man.
Wow,
that's rough.
That was a perfect answer to this.
Yeah,
Big of you to finally admit that after all these years.
Yeah, well, it's hiding deep, deep down.
Well, not anymore.
And it's never coming back.
Bent rod looking ass.
Don't follow the torque spec.
Oh, it was so lame. It's a stick. It's a metal stick. You know, you tighten it down, you put the valve covers on. Who knew that apparently they're at different positions depending on where everything was?
Well, you're supposed to know that because you're on YouTube, so you know everything.
Clearly wrong.
Yeah, that is the worst. It's like the one what you think is like a minor thing, and it's like, oh no, that was extremely detrimental to everything else.
I will say, silver lining, it was still a 350 that we had to a 355. It was still a small block Chevy, so I could still go to O'Reilly's. Everything was still dog water cheap. The only thing that really hurt me was my pride, because I really thought I had it. I was like 19, 20 years old. I'm like, I can say I rebuilt a motor by myself. You know, you have that curve of like experience, knowledge, confidence, that whole thing. And I was like up here, made it 3 miles, engine blew apart, went right back down to.
You got humbled.
Yeah,
real
I got
quick.
humbled fast.
Damn.
All right, we have another one submitted from that_car guy47. It's Taylor, actually. Cars you hate for no reason. So be careful with this one, because there's cars and you have plenty of reasons. But I want to hear about one that like you're driving down the road and you're just like, I hate that fucking thing.
Any of like the newer Chevy cars that came like factory turbocharged, that people just throw a blow off valve on and like drive around the neighborhoods in like manual automatic mode. That shit pisses me off so much.
I'm trying to figure out right now if you hate these cars or you just hate the people that own them.
There's someone in my neighborhood and I hear it every goddamn night, and I can hear it coming from 4 blocks away, and it's like a stock Malibu.
No, that's the thing, is like, how do you not hate the people that like? I was originally gonna say literally anyone.
Don't like the car.
No, there's a person in that car that made that decision.
No.
I
removed that from.
No. They exist. For me, it was originally gonna be like the BMW crowd that puts like all the Burble tunes on completely stock cars, but it's not
people.
that.
That's not car.
It's not. I know. I was attacking people for a second. I had to take it back. Cars.
Yes.
I don't have an answer yet.
All right, Dakota.
Honestly, I was trying.
It is a tough one. It is a tough one.
I'm trying to have one where it's not like, it's like when you see someone that just has a punchable face.
I have it.
Speaking of
it.
Alex,
I have it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh God.
The FJ Cruiser.
Fuck you.
What? What's wrong with that?
I love
everything.
FJs.
No, FJs were shit when they were launched. People hated them.
It's a Toyota.
It doesn't matter that they're a Toyota. Listen, there's
Kinda.
Toyota. No,
FJs
Toyota.
are cool.
No, they're cool now.
No.
They are cool now. They were not cool
They're
5
still
years
cool.
ago. They were not.
Are you
very
saying they're like
reliable.
the champion of vehicles?
They are. They are absolutely the champion of vehicles. I can't look at somebody wearing a champion sweater and not think to myself, that was $5 back when I used to go to karate when I was 7 years old and I was in Walmart trying to find gym clothes. It was champion. FJ Cruiser is the champion
pissed you
of
said
off-road.
FJ Cruiser.
It's not that fantastic. They get exported because everybody wants to live this off-road lifestyle. They're not that great at it.
Okay. Well, I got one.
I agree with you on the champion thing.
Thank you.
Porsche
Gels.
Porsche Boxsters.
They piss you off?
Yeah.
Which generation?
When I see them, I'm just
You don't
mad.
even know generations.
I
What
don't.
generation?
So
I
let
know
me
what
think- let me
generation
think.
you're talking
you
about
tell me-
without even
I was gonna say it's like it's rounded off a little
like
bit.
the 90s into the
That's
2000s.
Literally
Yes,
every
yes.
single.
No, but like it's like bubbly, like you're.
Every
Okay, I'm not
911.
helping.
Is it the base model version of the
I don't
one
know
I
Porsche
had?
as well.
The base model version of the one I
Yes,
had. 'Cause I had the
it's a
turbo.
base model. Yeah, 100%. It's like
Did it have
the
the
poor
egg?
man's Porsche.
Yeah, did it have the egg headlights?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So the 996
I don't know, Alex.
Porsche.
Like the
box-
scrambled,
many
the scrambled
fucking
egg
numbers.
headlights were like
Yeah.
broke out.
Anyways,
Yeah.
again, I can't really put a finger on it why I dislike it, and maybe if I drove one, it would change it. There's something in me. I see those, and I'm just like, bah.
Just bah.
Literally, like I literally feel that. I'm so happy I thought of it because I was panicking a little bit. I was like, no, I have a reason for like Jeeps. I hate it, and there's a million reasons that I hate Jeeps. Exactly.
Started on Jeeps.
It was so funny too that Donut Media started this Jeep slander. And I was like, what the fuck? Because I would literally, like, I hated Jeep way before that ever happened. I always just hated it. And I was like, man, that is so relatable. So other people feel that way. But again, I have a million reasons. But for whatever reason, when I see a Porsche Boxer, I'm just like, ah. I don't like that car. I don't know. Maybe someone changed my mind.
If you get the IMS repaired in them,
What's
they
IMS?
actually are pretty good. They're pretty good
Yeah.
track vehicles. IMS. So
Idiot magnet schedule.
Well, the 996 non-turbos had an IMS, an intermittent failure that caused them to have catastrophic failure if they weren't dealt with appropriately. That was the reason the 996 non-turbos were so cheap. But if you get it fixed, they actually make for a really good budget track car if you don't like a Miata. But the Miata is cheaper, more reliable, has more parts, and is better in every way. So most people didn't get a 996. They ended up waiting until the Cayman came out later in the 2000s. Caymans are great track
I didn't
cars.
get any of those. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I've never owned a Porsche. I'd probably.
You know, it's interesting you don't know Porsche nomenclature, even though you're a Volkswagen guy. Like, that's
those
rich.
are separate.
Like, you even had to tell me that it was a 20th anniversary when you were explaining your shit Volkswagen.
Because it's a fucking $3,000 Volkswagen, not a $300,000 Porsche. What the hell?
I don't understand how you can know the anniversary of a Volkswagen, but then
Because it came in dope colors.
The Porsche 911 lineage is unbeknownst to you.
No, because there's so many numbers, so many letters. It
Your
starts getting
community
lost.
tries to get into that community.
No. Okay, first of all, let's clear things up.
Tell me
I'm
that's
not
not-
claiming the Volkswagen community. I'm not saying I am a part of them or that I dislike them or that I do like them. I'm staying completely
Wow.
neutral
That's very
on the
interesting.
Volkswagen
you
community.
know, I know why you're doing it because
Why?
the internet will kill you if the Volkswagen community finds out you don't like the Volkswagen community.
You're done.
You're hunted.
You're
Yeah,
literally
and then I'm
wearing
like,
a
guess
Volkswagen
what?
on your shirt.
I fucking own one. It's in my driveway. And then they're like, shit. Oh, well, fuck. That doesn't matter. I'm not worried about
treating it right. You're not doing the right
Yeah,
things
you're
with
not-
it. You're not.
No, I already got, dude, I got so much backlash.
For what?
Saying that I dislike lug bolts. Holy
Oh
fuck,
yeah,
dude. Everyone's
you
like,
fucked up with that
that's
one.
a skill issue. That's a skill issue. I can put the goddamn wheel on. I just hate doing it when you could have studs. It's like, what the fuck? I could make a pizza over a campfire, but I'd prefer to just put it in the goddamn pizza maker because it's easier. It's not a skill issue. I can still eat pizza. I just want it done the better way. And I got so much shit from so many people. Some people
was
were
really
cool about it.
surprised
but
by that one.
Yeah, I couldn't believe the amount of backlash on lug bolts.
That's the
I
thing, though.
thought there was like a unique, like everyone was like, yeah,
That's-
fuck lug
That's
bolts.
the internet, though, right?
Yeah,
you
you're
go out
right.
there, you
Right,
post,
yeah.
and it's ridiculous. I did a video with Brian from Top Rank, who's going to be on a podcast coming
Yes.
up. He's going to be in the next podcast, which is awesome. And I was asking him the value of the GTRs that he had on the rack in California.
Yeah.
And the internet, it's like 5 million views on Instagram right now.
Bragging.
And everyone is pissed about those numbers. Oh, it's not worth that.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
cars aren't worth that. Maybe if you're blind, it's not worth it. And then Brian sent me a text, like, I think it was like a week ago or 2 weeks ago. He's like, yeah, by the way, the 400R that I listed in there just sold.
Yeah.
I was like, ha, told you.
I remember going to Top Rank and talking to those guys, and they're like, yeah, we'll get calls all the time. Like, someone will call in about a car they really want, and then they'll be like, oh, well, I'm not fucking paying those crazy prices. I'll call you in 5 months when it's still sitting on your lot. And they said one guy literally like said that he hung up the phone, it rang, answered it again, sold the car. It's like, dude, guys, they wouldn't be listing them if they wouldn't sell for that price. They got to move this stuff. Have you ever seen their inventory?
Yeah.
They use every centimeter of that goddamn place that they
Hack
have.
those things
Yes,
in there.
they got to move that stuff.
Yes.
It's not sitting around.
Sorry, next question. I was just distracted.
Let's see what we got.
It got a little spicy.
I think that's it for
I have
questions
a
on this
question.
one. Oh, okay, perfect.
Which car do you believe
Oh boy.
should not get the amount of love it gets?
Ooh,
What car do you think is being hidden behind the masses?
really? The Toyota FJ. Honestly, I've heard a lot of people like hate on it, talk shit about it, and I think it's
My man!
It's the answer to Jeeps. Jeeps are the problem. Toyota's like, here's the answer. The FJ. It's better in every way.
It usually takes them about 15 years.
Hold on.
to
Did I
come up with
misunderstand?
something.
We're talking about which car isn't getting the love it deserves?
No. Other way. You think
Yeah,
it's
you did
getting
it
way too
wrong.
much love.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought you were just like spoofing on him. Then you kept going. I don't know.
No. I
No.
appreciate it because now we can just take the soundbite and now it's him agreeing with me. Thank you.
I fucked up. Okay, so I've had a couple Busch Lights. Cars that get too much love?
Yeah, cars that don't deserve the amount of love.
Okay, well then,
One car.
okay. I just want to, because I don't want any of us to say this because I think it's oversaturated. Is everyone says like Mark IV Supras, R34 GTRs, because of the prices they're going for.
Well, right.
They get too much love for what they are. I don't want to talk about that. Like, there's the JDM icons, and they are the icons because of movies and what they are and what they represented during that time. We'll move on past that. I want to get a little more niche than that.
Okay.
And think of a car that gets too much love. It's a hard one. Because you always think about the underdog. Who's the overdog? Do you have one in mind, Alex, or are you just throwing this question in the air and someone's got to alley-oop it?
I'm lobbing it up. It's 2K5.
Oh, I got it. Okay. This is kind of sorry.
Stop hiding your face with your hand.
It's a little more
We know you have
stereotypical.
tattoos.
I'm not trying to. Dude gets one tattoo. He has to call out.
I know what
your
you're gonna
tattoos.
He's
Subaru
like, hey, look at my arms.
WRX, and we can throw in STI if you want. Otherwise, just Subaru WRX. Because I got to meet up with Ben from Gears and Gasoline, and he had like probably the best Subaru STI you could build.
It was fantastic.
Oh my God. I was like, I understand it. This is it. This is why everyone loves Subarus. And then I would come back to the realization that he's put fucking $50,000 into this car to get it to the point where it is a really nice car.
I think like all said and done, like cost of the car and everything that was done, it was like an $80,000 car.
Yeah.
That's why I felt bad when Donut Media started doing the high-low series with the Subaru,
yeah.
and
they start popping,
and everything
and then
started
boom,
falling apart.
boom,
And you can, it's not even like a joke to see how angry they are in those video series. Like
No,
they're
they're
legitimately pissed.
There's so much work that goes into working on these
And then
fuckers.
the reason the engine blows up is like, oh well, the oil was sloshing around. It's like, you don't think that's a fucking issue? You would have fixed Subaru? You're fucking
That's what I'm
off-roading.
saying.
The whole thing is that you are a world rally car.
And there is a cult. Everyone loves these cars. There is a cult for these cars. And people will, I'm going to get shit for this now. People fucking love these things. And it's like, bro, you're the one fixing it. Every Subaru ad I've ever seen is it's on its fourth engine and it's at 80,000 miles.
Freshly rebuilt. See, that's why I would rather have a rotary Mazda than having a Subaru, because rotaries
1,000%.
because rotaries don't pretend to not need the service. You see, everybody that has a rotary engine, a Mazda RX-7, RX-8,
They know what they're getting
They know.
into.
They're
We
like,
don't talk about
hey,
if, it's when.
yeah, it's like every 60,000,
exactly.
you rebuild the engine, you're good to go. Like, they own it. It's a sense of pride to know that. Subaru people are like, oh, no.
Yeah, this thing's
no.
reliable
This
as
thing's
fuck.
super reliable.
It
It's on
only
its-
did this
it's-
because of this.
Yeah,
and
it's on its third engine just because, the previous guy didn't know how to take care of it. And it's like,
All
well, what do you
know?
doing?
The internals are built for 3,000 horsepower, and I'm only running 200, so it's fine. Blows up in a week. Every time.
Oil. The problem is oil every time.
The problem is it's a fucking Subaru every time, dude.
Gels?
I don't get why people buy those. Anyway, yeah, sorry, I'm getting
I
real
mean,
heated.
I think Dakota said it best. I've been trying to think of one while I'm sitting here. I don't really know. There's so many different platforms out there, and it's like obviously you have your pros and cons to each.
Right.
I'd say like maybe, and I know I'm gonna catch flag for this too. Maybe like the S550 Mustangs.
Oh no, I agree.
bad. That's
I
not
agree.
bad.
I mean,
Those guys get hard dicks over those things.
I do like the cars. Like
They
they've
do.
they've like been proven to like do some like pretty cool stuff. Like we've even seen them out on like the drift track and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and they can hold their own.
They
But
can
it's
deliver.
like I just see them like fucking everywhere. Like, and if it's like, oh yeah, it's like I'm going to buy a new car, going to get some more power, they go for the fucking S550, and it's like, okay, it's good stuff. Like, and like there is a good aftermarket platform for it, but I think there's a lot of other stuff out there too, and I feel like out of all the cars, like I don't see like Camaros anymore. I don't see like Corvettes anymore. I just see fucking S550s everywhere.
I do see some C8s around. I see quite a bit of
Do
C8s,
you?
honestly. Yeah.
But
I see a lot
guess,
of
like,
C8s out there.
I feel like you can't even like incorporate a C8 in that. I'm talking about like
Right,
maybe
right.
like
No,
your,
I get
your
what you're
Grand
saying.
Sports and your stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like
Grand
it's
Sport's a good Corvette.
I don't know which model it's called. Is it the S550? It's the Mustang that's in Born to Race. You know, the white blob STI versus
like
the
round
Mustang.
headlight one?
That body style specifically, I relate with what you're saying. I think that gets too much love. I think it's ugly. I think a lot of people that drive these, in my experience, are douchebags.
Oh,
And
I'm telling
What
that-
car are we talking about again?
Ben.
Oh, the other. Okay,
the
yeah,
Mustang.
Ben, I'm gonna clip it.
And see, these are personal experiences that I've had with real people. It was always them. And that was always the fucking issue or root of problems. So I agree. I think they get too much love because it's a basic ass car with a V8 and it hops curbs all the time because it doesn't handle that well. And there's a bunch of people. It's like the sports car you get if you're not a car enthusiast, but you want a sports car. Like you don't know. You're like, I'll just get a Mustang. That's a sports car.
Yes.
So
And I feel like we have to preface it's not everybody.
No,
there are
no,
some
no,
great
no.
Mustangs out there.
Yes.
There's some great people that I know that own these
great
Mustangs.
disclaimer.
Yes.
Great disclaimer.
No,
So,
1,000%.
so here's what I'll
There's a
do.
caveat to every single.
But it's
thing.
2022 and we're
course there
generalizing.
Of course there is. So I have my car
I'm
picked out.
sorry.
And here's what I think. Very similar to what you said, but in a different regard. If you want to be a car enthusiast and you don't know, I have to preface this very carefully
I don't know. I don't know
because I have a lot of really great friends I've made that own these platforms. So I'm really not trying to be mean, but
Just say it.
okay.
Here it comes.
The Elantra N platform shouldn't exist.
Oh,
Whoa.
I didn't even
It
think
is-
about those.
I
It
wasn't
is-
expecting that.
It is way too supported by the KDM masses, and it is not.
Well, they only
an
have like 3
actual-
cars. So.
It is not an actual long-term good vehicle.
Why?
It is.
Yeah, why?
It is the literal embodiment of anything that you would buy at Home Goods or Ross. Like it's good on the surface. And literally after 2 uses, it's the H&M of cars. After 2 washes and you accidentally dry it, it's fucking worthless. Like the Elantra N is a great car on the surface, and if you lease it and that's all you do, you're probably okay. But the motors aren't great. Hyundai and Kia is constantly getting sued because they don't know how to handle their finances. They don't know how to build a proper engine. They have multiple million engine recalls. The Elantra N has red sway bars in the trunk, which automatically make it a fucking sports car,
That's
and it
kinda
makes
cool, though.
burbles, and it goes into race mode. I'm sorry.
Don't forget the N badges. Literally.
I don't need.
Everywhere.
Now listen, I am sorry because I have a lot of friends that run aftermarket carbon fiber on their Elantra stuff. I know a lot of really great homies in California that have the Elantra N, they have the Veloster N, and they know
Not anymore.
they know I don't like this car, but they're awesome people, so I feel bad. But the Elantra N, I just am not convinced. And also, I know it's a car that's not going to last more than 3 years. I know Hyundai's going to kill it.
Wow.
Quote me.
Okay. Well, timestamp that for 3 years so we look back, and we'll see how it goes. I wasn't expecting that, but
I thought he was going to
a
say
good
like
conversation,
86
and
platform. I thought you were going to attack the FRS.
now
platform.
that
No, I think that's an awesome platform.
Yeah, no, I agree. I thought that's where you were going though. I thought it was coming.
He was ready to like grab the
we
knife.
successfully attacked 3 different car groups now, and this might be the end of the podcast.
Yeah,
You
it was a
wanna
good
wrap
run.
it
It
up,
was a
Alex?
great first episode.
I think it was awesome, and we appreciate you guys joining this first ever podcast.
Hell
if
yeah.
you could, please let us know what you enjoyed about it in the comments. If you have any questions or anything that you want us to talk about in the next one, that would be great. And then if you want us to have any guests on, obviously we just want to create a community here. So, interact, say hi, drop a comment, and we'll see you probably on the next one, eh?
Yeah, let me know which car you think gets too much love, so then I can yell back at you when you yell at me for talking crap about your car.
Okay, I feel like I'm the one that's going to get the most shit because the Elantra forums, they talk.
I don't know. See, but that's a niche community. Where Mustang community is the entire world. So
Yeah, but they're all old. It doesn't matter.
no, they're not.
All right, we'll talk to you later, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.